It's my fight prediction for Stephen Fulton versus Carlos Castro. Should be an interesting matchup at 126. It's going to be at that weight class. Stephen Fulton has went up to another weight class. Um, should be an interesting matchup so far. Castro is actually, from what I've seen, he's a dog in the ring. Very aggressive, but he knows when to lay off. As far as his offense and not really being super aggressive. He's not trying to be inside 24/7. He will try to move around, but he has interesting setups and the way he does things in the inside. So if Stephen Fulton can use his distance and everything, accuracy, I think all he has to do is be accurate. I think Castro has, I don't know, it's like his defense, he's not really trying hard as far as his defense, but he tends to miss a lot of shots, block a lot of shots. So I don't know. It's kind of hard to really tell. But from what I've seen, he watches how much he gets hit. So he's not trying to go in there and just take a whole bunch of punches, but he will try to walk through some shots. So it's kind of hard to tell really as far as his defense. But on the offense, he's on the inside. You know, he's throwing combinations to the body. He will throw that left hook, which I've seen. And if you're going against him, he's kind of open for the left hook. If you can throw that left hook right on him and set some things up, you can land that shot a couple of times on him. From what I've seen, he tends to drop his hands a little bit too much. Not saying that, I mean, that's his style, but he will walk with a high guard or whatever, or change some things up. But he mostly has his hands down a lot of times, so you can kind of catch him. And he's trying to go punch for punch, so you can do that as well. I think Stephen Fulton will have a lot of success going punch for punch with him, switching some things up. I actually feel like he'll have more power and be a lot more effective at that weight. I mean, if the weight bothered him to the point where he moved up, you know, I feel like at this point right now it's going to help him more than it will hurt. That's the reason why he moved up. So I think he will cause enough problems. He has enough power. The combinations he'll be able to put together, the jab, that's going to be the main punch that's going to be able to keep Castro to a point where he's going to have to try to rush and do certain things, but he can get caught as well. But he has a good right hand and a left hook, but from what anything, and a uppercut. He got a nice uppercut too, but he can get caught with the uppercut as well. So if Stephen Fulton can kind of land some uppercuts on him, that can kind of change the fight, but we'll have to see, man. In this fight, I think Stephen Fulton is going to be very cerebral. He's not going to be just trying to rush in and do whatever. He's trying to prove a point. I think he's going to go through his progressions and make sure his combinations, accuracy on point, jab. He's going to really pace himself. He ain't going to try to rush too much. Not saying that he's not going to be aggressive. It's just that he's not going to try to do too much early. I feel like with this kind of fight, he can make Castro run into some shots instead of trying to corner him and chase him down. Or you could just keep the fight in the middle, which I think it mostly will be. I don't think he's going to be on the ropes most of the fight. I think he will be moving towards the ropes and around, but I think he's going to keep the fight in the center of the ring in this fight. But Castro, he is dangerous. He has sneaky power. It's not like he got a little bit of crack, but it's not really like. But he does have power, though, from what I've seen. I've seen him hurt guys a couple of times. He just doesn't finish it. I don't know how to explain it. He's not a good finisher, but he does crack a lot, so that can play a huge part in this fight. So Stephen Fulton got to be really looking out for that shot, especially the left hook. I think Castro can cause some problems, so. But I think this fight can go to a decision. I think it's going to be a decision. I don't think it's going to be any knockouts. It will possibly be a knockdown. I think Fulton can possibly do something like that, but he's going to mostly try to go to the body. I think it's going to be a very good fight, though. That's all I got. Like and subscribe.